no one knows the secret so far, how to get their 100%. Competitors are challenging us each and every month.
Like, how do you justify that internally?
Products and some niche products, it can be more than 1,000. I still believe that the base, the ground is the trust and the personal relationship can be spotted by AI much quicker than by me. Trying to automate trust with AI, that's the overhyped thing.
The model is very quickly going to go away. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of Frank Talking. I'm delighted to be joined by Yuliya, Trayan, who I worked with at capital.com for a number of years. Yuliya is a fantastic digital marketeer specializing in affiliate marketing and is currently at Finom, the neobank in Europe. So yeah, delighted to have you here, Yuliya. Thanks for making the time.
Likewise, I'm happy to be here.
And do you want to just give a quick run through in terms of your background, how you've got to Finom and kind of what your role is about now?
Sure. I'll be happy to share some of the background information about myself. So I actually started doing affiliate marketing around 4 years ago, and it all started with Capital, where we met with Andy. I was doing affiliate marketing back then, and I'm still operating all the affiliates from the Finom side. And apart from that, just deploying a bit and taking over some of the strategic partnerships here. So yeah, trying to explore new things, which are all related to partnerships. And yeah, I've been working for Finom for the last year or so. And that's been an exciting journey to work for the B2B company.
So if you'd like to give just a bit of a background in terms of Finom, like how, when obviously started, the kind of leadership team there, and where you fit into the kind of marketing team. If just give a bit of a run through in terms of the business.
Okay, sure. So Finom is a B2B neobank. We've been operating for the last 5 years or so. I think we'll have the 6th anniversary this year. We are a B2B neobank in Europe. We operate in Germany, France, Netherlands, Spain, and Italy. And we serve freelancers, small, medium enterprises, and just huger companies as well. So quite a wide range of what we offer to the business in Europe. That's not only the, let's say, banking stuff, but also invoicing, expense management. We do have cars with cashback. Yeah, like all the integrations. Yes. And we do have a huge team, actually, more than 500 people here at Finom, making sure that everything works smoothly for all the freelancers and businesses that we work with. My role is inside the marketing department, although it's like pretty tricky to understand all the time what is affiliates in general, is it marketing, not necessarily. But yeah, I'm within the marketing team, and we do have many people working to ensure that we have nice brand visibility. My role is definitely more performance oriented here, but that's all the collaboration. We are pretty young. I would say there is a lot of startup spirit still here, even though we are 500 people already.
And you've got over 100,000 active business customers across those regions that you kind of mentioned. Like, what's driven that growth as well, would you say, in terms of more brands, a lot of performance? Obviously, your app is quite popular.
I would say that, like, all the time, that's a mixture of everything. Here, I would say it's more performance, and then performance starts driving like the referral program, and many people get to know you. So that is the effect we feel in German market, where we are quite popular now. So that's just the vehicle that is running at the moment. And then, yeah, I think that the Finom and in general B2B neobanking is quite niche. And that's a niche in a niche, I would say, even. So it's very hard to find your own audience. And you definitely have to have a lot of brand visibility to make sure people have trust, because that's business and they have their money. So yeah, that's definitely all the time a mix of everything. But again, as I said, my role is mostly performance focused, but we do have the team which is working on influencer, the Google team, which is doing not only the performance stuff, but also some brand visibility. So that's the mix of everything.
if we drill down into affiliate marketing, not necessarily just at Finom, but from when you started like half a decade ago versus now, like the change is significant from what you were doing then to now. Talk us through some of the kind of key changes to affiliate marketing and what your kind of day to day looks like now inside a fintech company.
To be honest, I don't feel like there's been a lot of change recently through these 4 years of my journey, surprisingly. But the thing I love about affiliate marketing, which is still the same since I joined and now, it is that the base is the relationship. So you have a nice mix of the relationship with people where you have the opportunity to talk, to discuss, to negotiate something. And at the same time, affiliate area is still very performance focused, so you have to dive deep into the numbers to understand the metrics, etc. And that is a very nice mix that I love, to have some time when you spend diving into the numbers and seeing some gaps that you have to resolve, some issues that have to be fixed, and at the same time having several calls per day where you discuss and negotiate and you get the insights from different companies. That is what I actually love. And that is how it all started. So that was just exactly the same mix. You're talking to the partners, you're analyzing the numbers. I would say that now the only difference for me is that I'm not only focusing on affiliates. So there are some side projects inside the company, more partnership oriented, where there is less communication and more organizational, product wise, etc. That's a new thing. But for affiliates, I still believe that the ground is the trust and the personal relationship. And then you have the second half of the day, let's say, dedicated to numbers, to figures, to all the stats around that.
With the when I was mentioning with the change of affiliates, with the rise of obviously AI search, where you might have started where you see a lot of traffic being driven by SEO performance, and now that search is changing considerably and we're going into a more conversational kind of environment, and as well the citations and the sources are crucial for this area as well. Is that something that you've been talking to affiliate partners about, and have they said, for example, oh, we've got X amount of visibility in ChatGPT now, and is that kind of something that you look at with the teams?
Yeah, I was visiting 1 month ago approximately the event organized by one of our partners. Everything was a lot AI focused, and we definitely had several chit chats about how that will impact the industry itself. And as you have mentioned, specifically the SEO search, because the paid search will remain 100% in whichever way, for everyone to earn money from it. And with SEO, it's a bit trickier. I do think that all the partners, and I heard that they are looking into the ways to make sure that their content is optimized towards getting into LLM results. But at the same time, no one knows the secret so far, how to get there 100%, what to do to make sure you are all the time visible. I am personally looking through the results of ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity here and there to understand what are the sources they are using to show the neobank, for instance. And sometimes I'm really surprised that the very small and niche website that you could never be considering for the affiliate promotion because it's not that relevant from the acquisition perspective, they will get cited in this type of replies. And that is a challenge, I would say, for me as an affiliate marketer, and for sure for the companies that are doing the SEO content. Many industries, I haven't heard the same about fintech so far, but I've heard that many industries like traveling, some others that are more relaxed, let's say, not that business oriented, they have already lost a lot in terms of the search volume. So we probably will get somewhere there. Everyone is looking at it, thinking how to approach it, but I haven't heard any reasonable steps towards it so far.
And with the difference between an affiliate and a partner, how do you differentiate between those two? Because I think sometimes as well there's like a blurred line with influencers, partners, and affiliates. Like, how do you break it down?
100%. And that's why I'm managing that all, because it's hard to have this hard line between the influencers affiliates, partners. We do have, as I have mentioned, the separate team, which is managing influencers, but there are some that fall into under my responsibility. So yeah, the line is very thin. How I distinguish it for myself, with affiliates, it's one-way flow. So we got the lead, we have the acquisition, they have money for that. With partnerships, not necessarily. It's sometimes we got the acquisition, they got the acquisition, or yeah, so some different ways where it's not necessarily about money. And sometimes, like that's the thing with neobanking, I think, because in capital back then we didn't have anything similar. But here you can also have the room to be kind of an affiliate as well, to work with some partners. So there is a room to build the partnerships where Finom clients will be getting the benefits from the other partners that we are building the relationship with. That is how I would distinguish this two.
Okay, fantastic. And for those that are unaware, I mean, I'd only come across the term neobank a couple of months ago. Do you want to just have a breakdown in terms of what a neobank is versus like a traditional bank setup?
Yeah, that will be some kind of ads for one of our competitors. But when I first started investigating what's the neobank, the easiest explanation I give to people who ask is that that's kind of Revolut, but in business area. Revolut has its own business product, so they are kind of competitors to us. But for people who have never come across B2B neobanking, it's easier to explain that Revolut is a neobank itself. So that's basically the bank. It's not a bank. There are some legal nuances here. That's a financial platform, let's say, officially, which doesn't have any physical presence, like, I mean, offices where you can go and set things up. So it's all very digital, and you have your account registered 100% online. You don't have to go to whichever office and spend a day starting your business account. And at the same time, it gives you a lot of flexibility. So all these platforms like Finom, they are built to make sure that you have everything online, you have the access to whichever operations you might need. And that is focused to make sure that your app experience is nice and full, unlike the traditional banks where you sometimes can get really confused with how the app looks like.
Yeah.
So that is the main focus of these companies.
So that was a key driver, was the user experience on the app, and make it like a frictionless kind of flow rather than some of these traditional entities that complicate things a little bit.
Yeah, I think that is one thing. Another one is definitely the onboarding process itself. So when it's all within 15 minutes, you get your account pre-approved or fully approved, depending on the complexity of your structure. That's a complete different story to when you have to go to the official branch and sit in the queue for at least 15 minutes.
Yeah,
So
no, yes. No, I've experienced that many times. What percentage of that budget flows through the affiliate channel? And how do you decide the split versus paid search or display or influencers or anything like that?
Sure. So I will definitely can't share all the numbers and figures around that, but I do have something to discuss here. So first thing is that, like, the majority of the companies, especially the modern ones, I believe they are not doing the fixed budgeting with very hard lines that you can't cross in terms of spend for marketing. Here at Finom, we do value the performance more than preset budgeting itself.
Right.
So like, it's not something fixed. We are very fluid with how we adapt in the market. Another thing is that affiliate marketing itself can't be predicted 100% at the beginning of the month. You never know how it goes with your partners. It's not the Google spend where you can cap anything and that is the only amount that you spend. Here, it's definitely different and you can't predict it. So the budget goes where we have the best users, lifetime value, whereas the cost of acquisition is reasonable. So it's very dynamic, and we do adapt day to day considering the results we are getting. What is nice about this new investment is that it gives us a lot more flexibility to experiment. and the part of this budget is going to some experiments that we will be launching, and we are already launching. So that is how we split it.
Understood. And are there any geos that are of particular interest to Finom in terms of growth?
I would say that we try to keep all the five. Five is not the huge amount, as you can imagine, not
Yeah.
the 20 or 50. So we do have the strong performance in Germany already, and we try to keep things up there. Yeah, all the rest geos are more or less of the equal quality for us and of the equal interest. So we do try to push all of that and to be present to build the awareness and acquisition there.
So I read about Finom's new AI accounting agent, which promises to kill manual bookkeeping. How are you turning that feature into like an affiliate ready talking point that kind of cuts through the neobank noise of some of your competitors?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Our competitors are challenging us each and every month. There are many. The market is very competitive, especially like in Germany, in France, Italy. Those are the markets where the competition is extremely high. And not only marketing, but also our product team is working to make sure that we have the competitive offering that can support the marketing efforts. And this new tool, among of the others that we have deployed recently, like the credit line for the customers in the Dutch market, those are the new features that help us to stand out in the line of similar great products in each and every market. So that is, on the one hand, helps to catch the attention of the client 100% in the list of other neobanks that are offering similar services. And another nice part of these and other features is that you can actually be visible in some new comparison tools as well that are not necessarily focused on the neobanking and banking solution itself, but for instance, like a accounting solution. And that just gives you another angle and another part of the audience to also see your brand.
Oh, great. And have you been successful in pitching that to partners?
It's a relatively new feature. And this is now mostly used by the already preset customer base we have. So it's kind of in a testing phase. And we are planning to roll it for all the audience, for the new clients as well later this year. So that is when we will definitely push more. For affiliates, they are always very happy to hear about new features that gives them just a new idea on how to promote the product, the new idea to push new newsletter or whatever, mentioning the new feature. So yeah, all the partners are usually and always very happy to know something new about the brand, to have some news. That's a good thing always.
And with privacy rules tightening from the end of third-party cookies, which was highlighted obviously by Google, and the backtracking, to stricter IDFA limits, networks like Awin moving to server-to-server tracking, are affiliate programs turning into pure tech platforms, or will there always be room for flexibility and the human touch?
So as you probably can imagine, I'm very much about the human relationship here. But like the tech part, we've been just recently discussing that with the BI team. Since I'm now enjoying the Work and Swim program here at Finom, I'm now in Cyprus. We have the opportunity to travel to Cyprus and work from the main office here. So I had the opportunity to talk to BI guys in person and discuss this tech stuff, the tracking issues, etc. And we are definitely looking into making sure that it's all set in a nice way so that we do have usually all the affiliates tracking very homogeneous, so we don't have any exceptions. Right. It's all the same how we do the things, and we are trying to adapt to the new challenges. Although, as we have already discussed, this Google search stuff will just mess the things up later on. But yeah, so far we do try to stick to the latest possible solutions to make sure everything is good and on track. But I do believe that the personal relationship and trust are still very, very important, because your affiliate should trust you and should trust the systems you use, the way you track things, the way you calculate things, because at the end of the day, that's the money they earn. So yeah, I do believe that having the personal relationship, even in tech questions, is crucial. And all the affiliate marketing at the end of the day for me is a lot about the personal interaction.
So it's still a relationships game despite the tech enhancements.
No, I mean, we do have all the tracking solution in place. No one will trust you unless you have some real numbers. Just saying that it's working, it's not a deal. So we do have some very clear figures on both sides. Yeah, but then you should communicate that, and you should have transparent and nice relationship with affiliates to make sure it's worth it.
And you mentioned about some of the platforms and the tech. What are your preferred kind of tech vendors that you work with to track kind of affiliate performance?
There are many in the market, and I've been already using quite some of them. So at Capital, we were using SelectSpert, which is a nice one for the, I would say, B2C trading stuff. For this type of brand, SelectSpert is really nice. Another huge one in the market is, I mean, it's fine for tracking for whichever brand. It does not give you enough flexibility in the B2C area, I would say, especially if we're talking about trading as well. But B2C e-commerce, that's 100% nice fit. And that can be also satisfying for the business products like Finom is as well. I mean, there is Awin as a product as well. It's more a network, I would say. And this one it can be used for tracking, but I didn't feel like that is the one to be highly appreciated from our side, highly used from our side.
Is Awin more for like affiliate discovery and also for the affiliates to find appropriate partners to kind of work with?
Yes, but at the same time, it's from a different vertical. It's just, I don't feel like there are many B2B oriented, especially B2B finance oriented affiliates.
It's very broad, isn't it, Awin? Yeah.
It is. I saw that there are many like cashback services, a lot of retail affiliates. That is very popular there. So that is another thing which is used. So then we have FWise. FWise is a very also wide known company. Have never tested it, but heard that it's a nice one to also consider. And then we also have some other networks, like broader networks, FinanceAd, some others that are also offering both the technical solution and the network to some extent. So yeah, that's more or less the mix I've been working with, or I've heard about, and that is what can be used in the affiliate marketing these days.
So as TikTok, YouTube and others blur the line between content and commerce, especially with TikTok Shop kind of taking off, are you seeing more creators step into like affiliate style roles within the B2B sector?
That's a good question. I actually yesterday was looking through LinkedIn and I saw the news that YouTube is partnering with some agency in Southeast Asia, and they are also deploying the kind of same stuff TikTok Shop does. So they will be having this seamless solution for influencers to earn money on all the content they produce, on the ads they give. While TikTok and YouTube shops, let's name them, are still not the case for complex products with onboarding, with KYC checks, etc., like B2B neobanking or trading or whichever other fintech service. I'm not sure it can be sold like that seamlessly. That's on the one hand. So I don't think that it will be like the nearest future when we start using this as an option. But in general, influencers, I would say that they are still more of a brand formats. Best case, they are brand formats, but usually they are branding stuff. So they are still not very open to test only affiliate-based campaigns. They usually very they try to test something with some fixed payment plus CPA, for instance. That is the common thing. They are not usually super open to pure CPA deals, but we are definitely considering that. And I think that, each and every company tries to work with influencers to reach new audience, hopefully getting some performance out of there. But for now, more of brand performance than pure performance.
No, and you're saying that influencers sit in another team, but you work obviously closely with that team, yeah?
Yes, that's again a very same line of how the things
Yeah,
are working. We do have like I have also launched several influencer campaigns, so which do have and we did have the good acquisition out of there. Usually the cost of acquisition is higher than from the other sources, but that's normal stuff because we do value that there is some branding around that. So yeah, there is the separate team which is working specifically with influencers like Instagram, TikTok, etc. And there are some partners that I'm also taking care of to build some visibility, mostly on YouTube. So we are covering that from different angles, I would say. And from my
of
side,
course.
it's usually that we try to make it more of a hybrid approach rather than pure brand approach to the performance of influencers.
Understood. And what tools or kind of processes do you use to identify potential partners for YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram?
That's a good question. We usually do use different agencies that help us to
Right.
curve
So
the
agency
lists.
led rather than, yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the key thing is, I mean, I do speak Spanish. That is the only market where I can actually try to find the good fit and understand everything in the context of the influencer. But then it's nice to have the help of different agencies that have local approach. And
Of
they
course. Yeah, yeah.
sometimes when you start talking to them, they already have on the top of their mind someone who might be a
The
good fit for
relationship they've
different
got
product.
with, yeah, yeah.
Yes. So for influencers, that is a very nice and easygoing structure to have someone in between to arrange everything and to make the list, proposals, etc. So that's usually the agency.
Okay, Yulia. So when you sign a new partner, which three commercial KPIs still drive the deal in 2025? Is it straight CPA, lifetime value for CAC, payback period, or is it something else?
I would say that since that a new deal and you have never worked with a partner before, you have no idea usually on the performance levels, the level of acquisition you'll have, and the quality of the traffic you'll get at the end. I would say that the first thing is still the CPA. So you decide on the reasonable payout. You already know the benchmarks for this particular type of traffic, whether that's a new SEO publisher or the publisher with paid search traffic. You already know the benchmarks and what it's usually cost for the partner to get the leads to you. You start with that. And then after some time, a month or two, you can evaluate the quality of the leads, first results in terms of the payback, how you see its pacing. And after that, you can rely on understanding the predictions of what lifetime value. Usually the cost of acquisition is predictable since we are paying for the acquisition itself. So yeah, it's then just you are adapting and you are negotiating the terms. The thing is that it always has to be the win-win situation, not only us getting the acquisition, but also the partner to be happy with the level of the payout they get, just because otherwise they will stop working with you and will find someone else who's eager to pay for this type of clients. So that is a balance, but it all starts from my perspective still with the CPA idea in mind. And after a task only, you can say that it's working or not.
And how do you know what a good CPA is versus other competitors?
Well, I mean, we don't have the open data on the CPAs of other competitors, but what we do have is, first of all, our own understanding of what is the good cost of acquisition is for us. That is the highest bar we can set for the requisition here for the CPA. And after that, we already have many partners working with different types of traffic. So I more or less understand the benchmark in each and every area. And that is somewhere we can play around. And then at the end of the day, we do have this personal communication where the partner can share that that is not the level of the payout they can work with or that is satisfying. So then it's just negotiating and discussing what's good or bad for each particular partner.
Okay, great. And looking at some examples, so when we were at Capital, you could have two traders where you've paid $100 each as a cost per acquisition from an affiliate, and one generates $500 and one generates $50,000 for the business, right? So there was such a discrepancy between the kind of client base, right? And that's just for the category in general. But when you look at Finom, you have different segments that you're looking at. So it will be freelancers, small, medium enterprise. It's not as differentiated as it is for the trading industry. How do you look at that payback though? And what's the kind of the pricing model that Finom adopts that you can then say, right, we've paid whatever, $100 for this, and we know we're going to pay that back in X amount of months?
I do agree that at Capital, it's more, we can't say homogeneous because it's very, very different. And actually, that's the same in B2B area. We do have slight differentiation between freelancers, corporate clients, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing with affiliates. In the major cases, affiliates do not know the clients they are bringing. So they can't say for sure that the clients that they will be bringing are more of a corporate segment or they are all freelancers. Sometimes you can understand that and you can estimate what will be the majority of the clients looking at, but it's not a very fixed thing. The same like with the trading industry. Affiliates do not know their clients, but IB introducing brokers, they do know their clients. That is the same. And if those are the partners that know their clients, they usually ask for the revenue share model, right? Because they know that they can earn a lot from their clients. Otherwise, that's just the ongoing SEO campaign. The partner has no power over the product that the client will choose or over the amount he will trade at Capital, etc. So on the one hand, they do not risk when we have the standard CPA, they do not risk to have less amount of money. They have the standard fee. They do not earn more if they bring someone extra huge in trading industry, for instance. But at the same time, if that's like, I don't know, €5 generated in revenue, they do not get any loss out of there. So for pure affiliation, that is the same story in trading in B2C and in B2B. We just make sure that overall the campaign looks healthy. Overall, the partnership looks healthy. It is very rarely the breakdown to each and every client and the payback of each and every client. That's just not that sustainable. It's always that you are losing somewhere, but you are getting something else instead.
Okay, so with AI, I've seen articles around that it promises like predictive commissioning and real-time offer rotation. Where have you actually deployed like machine learning in your affiliates operation, and where is human judgment still non-negotiable?
Actually, as you can imagine, in many places it's still non-negotiable from my point of view. About this commission prediction, that's a very, very, I would say, funny thing so far, especially again in the very specific niche I'm working, like finance and affiliation in finance is very much different from the e-commerce or some other industries. So here, I would say that this predictive commissioning can just break things completely, because many partners, they do rely on the very stable amount of the commissions they earn, and their campaigns are optimized towards getting that amount. And if suddenly, for some reason, machine decide that that is a time when they earn less, they might just get all the campaign broken and they will not have any acquisition out of there. So I believe that at this point with fintech products, that's not the case to have the predictive commissioning. You sometimes you are losing 1 month, so you're not getting the reasonable payback from the cohort, but that's still not the point when you should go and say, look, we cut you to X level. 100% not the same in fintech, or like it always matters where you're positioned, and it's sometimes really important to keep the position, even though 1 month can be a bit lower in terms of the volume or payback than the other. And then if we are just discussing how we use AI in affiliate and in general in marketing, so from my perspective, that can be 100% budgeting forecast. So you just see how it's pacing and you understand the level of money you can spend by the end of the month. Another cool thing which AI is also helping with is the fraud detection. So if you see some abnormal behavior, that can be spotted by AI much quicker than by me. And there are even, I was quite surprised that there are still some fraud cases even in B2B area, which does not seem to be so easy to try to send some fraud traffic to, but still there are some publishers that do have these issues. So I think that these are the two areas where we can already heavily rely on AI, and others are more of experiments, which we should be pretty careful with.
Great. So the budgeting and fraud detection are two key areas for affiliate marketers to kind of look at for
yes,
incorporating AI.
I would say so. I mean, definitely, like we can work with AI for creating the emails dedicated to each partner, making that very much personal. That's a general thing that we can be using. Like sometimes even like creatives, the packages with creatives, tailoring that towards the exact partner you have. But all in all, like from the technical perspective, that can be a budgeting, fraud detection, and let's add just that it can be some creativity and personal communication, just to prepare some emails, for instance. But again, like I'm the ambassador of personal relationships, so nothing will change the pure and genuine conversation.
No, definitely. But like you said, it enhances your work with like where you can get to kind of the answer quicker for fraud and to see if you've got those bad actors rather than having you to kind of shift through this data. So that makes sense. And is that built bespoke in-house at Finom, or is it? Do you use third-party tools for that?
I would say that the majority of that is, since we are using different platforms for tracking, we usually have that inbuilt to these tracking solutions for the fraud detection. For the budgeting, that's usually the in-house stuff that we have. Yeah.
Good stuff, Yuliya. I think I was a bit generous earlier when I referred to $100 for a CPA in the fintech world, but we know that they can exceed over $1,000, right? How do you justify that level of payout internally, and how much does storytelling to leadership and obviously looking at that payback data, like how do you justify that internally with the kind of key stakeholders?
So yeah, first of all, the CPA in fintech, they vary a lot. I mean, that's definitely from below 100 euro to, let's say, in some products, in some niche products, it can be more than 1,000. In B2B neobanking, that will be, from my experience, a bit lower. So that is usually the saying of understanding the market reality. That's what we've been discussing. The market is really challenging, and we do have to understand that the competition is always fueling the growth of the acquisition cost. And that's the same in Google when you're bidding for the same keywords. That is the same in affiliate area when you're trying to work with some exact partner. So that is usually understanding, like it all the time has to be really reasonable. It should be below the cost of acquisition that you want to afford and you can afford, to make sure that your lifetime value is nice and your payback period sits within the time frames you get. But at the same time, it's not, as I have already mentioned, it's not the case when you are cutting anything or everything when something is not working for 1, 2, 3 weeks. You should be pretty adaptive and you should wait. That's where the partnership as well is. So you are negotiating the terms. You are making sure that the partner is also winning from the collaboration and you are winning. Otherwise, it won't last forever. It won't last long. So you will just stop the campaign. So the CPAs, they might be very different from one partner to another, from one niche to another, from one market to another. That is all based on your level of acquisition cost and at the same time, the market reality. So that is also pushing you towards higher numbers sometimes, especially in the challenging world of B2B neobanking.
So if we're looking kind of future facing, do you see like the pure play CPA surviving within the next like 5 years? Or are we kind of heading towards like a hybrid revenue share model that's tied to account lifetime value? Like how do you see it playing out over the next couple of years?
I would think that we will be going towards the hybrid models, but not towards the hybrid which will be revenue share based, but towards a hybrid, which will be flat fee based. And I can explain why, because first of all, with the revenue share, for instance, in the CFD industry, in the majority of the geos, you won't be able to get the revenue share out of clients just because of the regulation. Yep. So the majority of affiliates will be still doing the CPA based stuff. On the other hand, for instance, with influencers that are doing that are trying to show some B2B products, they are now already in this hybrid modeling. Usually that's a flat fee plus CPL, for instance. And the partners, that's the challenge from AI, which is a pricing that like SEO publishers, they will probably be losing at some point some volume in terms of the search volume and the amount of leads they will be referring. But their impact on the LLM results, LLM search results, it still will be very, very important. And we will still be eager to keep presence on those websites. And that is why I think that is a point when many publishers will come and say, look, we want to have some flat fee on top of the CPA that we are earning, just to keep you visible in the website, just to keep that on a good level. And at the same time, they might be also, they will just eager to earn money from this shifting prospect. And they will also start, I think, using different types of ads. Like many publishers start their own YouTube channels to make sure they attract different audience and they still have some audience coming to the website to check their products. So at the end of the day, I think we will be at hybrid modeling, but not with the revenue share, but with the flat fee. Yeah.
I think it's a great point you raise. Obviously, those affiliates that were reliant always on organic traffic purely, but that is their model is very quickly going to go away as we shift, obviously, towards.
I think it will be adapted somehow. I don't know how. Like we understand that the paid search partners, it will be implemented to Google Search Assistant, as far as I have read. So they will have these paid sponsored responses inside, because that's definitely the money Google earns. But I also understand that all the AI has to learn on some data which is checked usually by human.
Sorry, you're right, Yuliya. It's an evolution from. I think the thing is looking at the traditional 10 blue links and people producing content for search engine visibility, which was a play for years. That is going, and that's a good thing, right? AI mode is in the US. It will be rolled. I can see it being rolled out within the year, like fully as part of the kind of search experience. Work that I've been doing with some clients on like reviews and affiliates, like they are very prominent within this space, how they structure the content with tables and comparisons. So you're 100% right, and I should have framed my question differently, that those that were relying on the old school like featured snippets, I'm ranked number 1 in classic links, that will be shifting. Obviously we're seeing AIOs in terms of how they've impacted visibility and impressions going up and clicks going down. It will be constantly a challenge for affiliates when looking at how people's attention are moving to Perplexity, to ChatGPT, to Claude, to AI mode. So yeah, I should have.
At the same time, no, it's all good. At the same time, that's a challenge for affiliate marketers as well, because like while we see the shift and will be seeing the shift from SEO partners and the traffic that was attributed to them towards the traffic which is organic, let's say, and coming through the LLM models through AI agents, that will be also a challenge, because you never understand 100% which channel is bringing the value to you, who should be rewarded. So that is something that I was thinking recently about, and it's interesting how they in general, the industry of affiliation will be developing in this area, how we will shift our approach, how we'll keep the track of the results and link it to each and every affiliate to make sure we can still have all the program tailored to each and every partner depending on the results they're bringing.
Yeah, and I just thought now, like this could be a scenario. I've gone to ChatGPT and I've searched for, can you give me the best bookkeeping apps in the Netherlands, please. I'm always quite polite with my exchanges
Yeah,
with
me too.
ChatGPT. And then I would get pulled from an affiliate content, and it says Finom like at the top, and I go, all right, I've seen that. I'll just go direct to their website. There's no click. Then obviously the affiliate's content has contributed towards that, but then there is no way to attribute that value back. So
that is the
this
point.
is
Yeah,
an
and
issue.
that is a challenge. I think this will be a huge challenge if and when we have the Google AI agent already in Europe. I think that will be the
Yeah.
point when it will be shifted a lot. Obviously now, like with ChatGPT already, you see that. And yeah, we'll see how we figure that out. I still don't have an idea what we will be doing, but that will be interesting to adapt toward this change.
Yeah, 100%. And it's more on the affiliate side, though, isn't it? Because like they need to try and monetize what they're doing for that. And obviously, it was if you were searching for something, you'd go to the website, you'd then read the review, you'd click the link. It was very transactional, right? Whereas this now is making it very murky. And to your point about some affiliates, well, they should be now diversifying. So again, YouTube, building out video content, podcasts, like trying to build that audience there rather than relying on the like some like 90%
So, yeah.
organic search that they were getting through. So yes, you're right. I think it's just the diversification of what you're doing, and then to try and capitalize on this evolving change. But definitely a threat for affiliates, I think.
It is. We'll see how everyone adapts, and we do try to support our affiliates in this period and understand if there is anything they would need from our end to make sure that we still keep the relationship. Because yeah, that the highlight of this podcast today, that the relationship will still figure things out in the future, and I do believe that the good relationship will help everyone to win, because yeah, we need acquisition, will either way need leads, and they will need to earn money somehow, so we'll be figuring that out together.
Good stuff, Yuliya. So lightning round, first metric you check every morning.
That's actually acquisition, accounts activated. That's still the energy I wanna get in the morning.
What's the most overhyped affiliate trend of 2025?
Like in every industry, AI, and yeah, trying to automate trust with AI. That's the overhyped thing in the affiliate marketing this year.
And what's the most underrated tactic nobody's talking about in affiliate marketing?
I believe that approaching partners as your co-marketers and people who can help you to build your product well, who know your audience good in a good manner, that's the thing that is pretty much underrated this time. Yeah.
Yuliya, it's been fantastic having you on today. I'm so glad to hear that you're smashing it still at Finom, doing a great job as Finom continues to grow in Europe. I've learned loads in terms of the state of play of affiliate marketing in 2025, challenges that a B2B marketer faces, the opportunities that are there, and also how we see the affiliate marketing space evolving with AI currently playing out. So thanks so much again for your time, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you.